So sorry about that. I have my laptop off to the side, and I'm just going to keep it off to the side so that I can see everything that I need to see here. Just making sure the volume on the computer is turned off so it won't be getting double feedback. Hope that everyone is keeping really well tonight. Before I start anything, can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? It will be in portrait. It's intentional, so that way apparently it's better for the algorithms in the background on this channel. For some reason, apparently portrait, if you go live on portrait, apparently it's actually better. It makes you show up in shorts, gets better visibility. So I am intended, being portrait is on purpose. I'm just going to turn messages off on my phone so I don't get notifications scrolling. I can't read them anyway. They're so small. I'm using my cell phone as the stream, laptop here to look at the chat. Just catching up in the chat now. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you again for confirming that visuals and audio are good. That's amazing. Dragonfly, oh my gosh. Hi, I love you so much. Nicole, hi. Thank you so much for being here. Renee Hope, Mint Girl, hi. How are you? Hope I pronounced that correct. MNT. Maybe it's Mountain. Sorry. My apologies. I guess that's supposed to be mountain. Sorry about that. Nice to meet you, and thank you so much for being here. I'm just reading your message. I actually read your message, Renee, a few minutes ago, just before I hopped on live. And thank you so much for being here, for taking the time out of your day to be here, or evening. I really appreciate it. And that's very cool, very interesting what you said about your mother and grandmother having TV readings. It sounds like they had readings and maybe they didn't read themselves, but this is what I'm hearing. This is what I've always heard, is either people have had TV readings before and it was either from an older female member, or I've heard similar stories, but that's very interesting. And you've always been interested in having a tea leaf reading. Well, thank you so much for being here, and hope that you enjoy your tea leaf reading this evening. Just catching up in the chat. Angie, hi, thanks so much for being here. Veronica, you're back. Hi, how are you? Is it afternoon for you? Did I get it right this time? I hope I did. Hope I did. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Quick caveat in case you hear it again or hear any more. My 2.5-month-old chocolate lab is sort of making noises in the background. So if you hear or growls or barks or anything, that is nothing demonic. I assure you, that is Brie making noises. So yeah, she tends to do that whenever I go live or I'm having a Skype call or a video call of any kind. She tends to talk quite a bit. So sorry about that in advance. Okay, I love catching up in the chat. I want to ask everyone how your week is going, but if you know, there's Brie again. If you know me at all, if you've ever had any reading from me ever, you'll know I'll say, well, I like to ask you how you are. I hope that you're doing well, but I want to ask you how you are so that way I'm as objective as possible. So I will leave it by saying I hope that you're all having an amazing week, and that this weekend is shaping up and looking great for you, and that everything is going very well. So I will say that. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. So I think we'll start quickly. I will go over a few housekeeping notes, if that's okay. And that might give a few more minutes for people to hop on if they are interested. And yes, I just as a quick reminder, I do have my laptop here over to the left side of me, and I have the chat up here, just so that I can sort of see what is happening in the chat. I am extremely short-sighted, or very short-sighted. Anything other than like 4 or 5 or so inches away from me, it's blurry. So I've expanded it quite a bit, and it's still blurry. So I'll be looking, if I'm squinting, that's the reason why. I assure you, that is the reason why. So hope again everyone is well, and I love how everyone just hops in the chat and starts chatting with each other. This is one of the reasons why we're doing this, because this way we can gather with like-minded people in a nice space here online until we can all meet face to face in the same room, and we can share our ideas, our thoughts, our conversation, our support, emotional support here, energetic support as well, and just know that we're not alone and that we're all here together, which is, in my opinion, extremely important. And the internet may have been created for reasons that were not so great, but we're using them for reasons that are so great. So hence us doing what we are doing. So let me go over just a quick few notes here so that I'm all caught up in my end, and then I hope that you enjoy your readings tonight. Looks like there's a few of you would be interested in having a reading, so I hope that you enjoy them, and we'll get into all of that in just a few minutes. Okay, so yes, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. Yes, my name is Sarah, and yes, I'm a coffee drinking and tea leaf reader. I'm off of coffee for a short time. My stomach's been a little bit upset, but I don't like tea, which I think is very funny, but it's also, typical. I do work, everything I do is by, for, and with the boss, creator, divine source, whatever name or names you're comfortable with using. So, of course, Linda, hey, how are you? Thanks so much for being here. Yeah, Renee, it's funny. Yeah, I'm a coffee drinking tea leaf reader. I really don't like, I love coffee, and tea is just, ugh. I don't like a lot of tea. I do like some. Roy Bus, oh, here, Bree's coming over to say hi. She won't jump up, though. She just comes over and is like, oh, hi. Yes, my darling. Hi, sweetheart. I'm doing what we call talking. So if Sarah's doing a video call, it's called Sarah's talking. So she's coming over to say hi. Sorry about that. Hi, sweetie. Oh, okay, she's gonna hang out. She seems to like to hang out with me whenever I'm doing any kind of reading. She always wiggles and curls up at my feet. So if you see any wiggling cameras, that's probably her from banging into the cord or something. So sorry about that in advance. But yes, I don't like a lot of coffee. I like rooibos. Rooibos, that's my favorite tea. So it's kind of funny. First of all, let's get on with this. And by saying, hi, mods. Thank you so much for being here and for all of your help. For those of you who are in the chat, looks like Dragonfly and Nicole, they are the mods here this evening, so they're going to be keeping an eye on things, especially when we get into the TV readings. And I'll just mention our sort of like protocol process that we have developed over the past couple of weeks. And in case you're wondering, yes, that sign behind me, it's just a cute little thing that I got a few years ago at like a party store or a dollar store or something. I have two of them, and it actually says Witch's Brew. 'Tis the season, and I thought it'd be kind of fun, like tea, brew. Maybe I think it's funny. I don't know. But anyway, that's what that is in case you're wondering. Okay, so let's get here. So we'll cover that. The new videos are now posted. So the video that we did on Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, all times are always Eastern. So Monday evening's video is up. And that was a general weekly tea leaf reading. Look ahead at the week ahead to see what the universe would like us to know for this coming week, like for this week. And I don't know what's been going on. I know my numbers have been not exactly accurate in terms of amounts watched. I'm being very careful in words I'm using here. But for some reason, this afternoon, I've noticed in the past, well, since 12 o'clock, like around noon today, I don't know what's been going on, but suddenly incredible number of views. So if you're one of those individuals, thank you so much for watching the video. And I hope that you found the reading to be helpful. Yes, so a quick recap for this evening. This is going to be a quick tea leaf readings for anyone who is interested. So I'm going to be doing a maximum of 3 tea leaf readings, 1 reading per individual. And if you've had a reading in the previous week, if you can maybe hold off until next week if there are 3 other takers this evening, and if not, you're most welcome to have one. And we'll be doing 5-minute tea leaf readings each. I already have the mugs with the tea all set up in here. I haven't put hot water in it, but the hot water has been, well, boiled, so it's now hot. So I have all the mugs ready here. I'm all set up here, ready to go. So we'll be doing 3 5-minute tea leaf readings for you this evening. Typically, whenever I do tea leaf readings privately, like a private reading, the minimum amount of time is 15 minutes, 1-5. So this is very much just a taste test, quite literally a taste test of tea leaf reading, and you can have an experience of what it's like, and hopefully it is of help to you. Cool, Renee. Yeah, cool. We'll get into all this. I promise you. Just want to go over a quick few housekeeping, but totally, absolutely. I'm happy to read for you this evening. And then Hello Sticks. Hey, you're back. Hi, thanks so much for being here. This is amazing. A quick reminder, too, that all readings that I ever do are for entertainment purposes only. Big disclaimer in the description box below. Basically, take what you will, leave what you don't, and always seek professional help as needed. But I'm always like to say that because it's true. All readings are for entertainment purposes only. I don't approach them as being entertainment. Take what I do extremely seriously. Always have, always will. But yes, disclaimer, entertainment purposes only. If you haven't yet already, please do consider giving this channel a like, a subscribe, and maybe ring that bell for future updates. Maybe keep chatting in the chat if you're interested in putting something in the chat, or even maybe if you want to put a comment in the comment section below once this video is made public. I know these all sound very small, but they really help to get really help with the algorithms and help to get this channel out there a little bit more. So that's extremely helpful because I have taken pictures of the numbers fluctuating. So thank you. Yes, and if I can't get to you tonight for some reason, and for whatever reason, if I'm not able to read for you tonight, please do consider coming back again next Thursday. The schedule that we collectively agreed upon about 2 weeks ago, approximately, when we decided that Monday nights, 8 p.m., we would be doing a general weekly tea leaf reading and a quick catch up, as we like to do here, obviously. And that was a approximately 20-minute reading for the week ahead, for that current week. And then Thursday evenings, 8 p.m., also Eastern, we'll be doing this format where I read for 3 members of the live audience. Live questions only. Like if you're here watching live, totally happy to read for you. I just don't take like pre-booked questions. No, it's if you're here, you get a reading if you're interested in having one. If you're interested to contribute to this channel financially, you don't have to. Please do not feel the need to. Just thank you so much for being here. That's amazing in and of itself. However, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account. All links are in the description box below. My Patreon is always a work in progress. However, I'm just saying that in case if that is is of interest to you. And please do continue to check my community tab. I am posting in there more frequently now, and any updates, any scheduling. I think it was 2 weeks ago I couldn't come on. Something came up and I just wasn't able to go live. I tried to reschedule, just couldn't go live that evening. I think it was the Thursday evening. So I'm always posting updates in there. If anything changes and you're wondering is Sarah going live or not, chances are I posted in my community tab. Okay, I'm going to catch up in the chat really quickly here because I've seen a few comments posted, because this leads to our next comment because we're just about ready to do the readings. Okay. Thank you, Nicole. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. That would be awesome. I am very much a tarot novice. I absolutely love tarot, and I'm very much a novice. I love doing it. I have a couple decks. I'm very much learning, and I love tarot though. But I do not consider myself to be a tarot reader. Very much a novice, but I love tarot. Well, I would love to have a tarot reading. Thank you. I will definitely let you know if I make it out there. I have some friends and family members out your way, so maybe one day if I can get out there, that would be awesome. That would be really cool. Thank you so much. I'd love to have a tarot reading. I love divination tools. And in case, I'm sure if you're here, you know, quick side note too, tea leaf reading is a divination tool. So Renee, just as you mentioned about tarot, oracle cards, angel cards, pendulums, dowsing, tea leaf reading, these are all forms. It's awesome, Renee. Thank you. These are all forms of divination tools, which mean divine tools, way to ask for and receive divine guidance. So all the work that I do is always for the boss, by whatever name or names you're comfortable with using, and that's what I do. So that's what tea leaf reading essentially is. Oh, hey, Linda. Hi. And the way that I most succinctly can describe tea leaf reading is, tea leaf reading to me, in my experience and in my opinion, is it describes the qualities and characteristics of events and situations which are likely to occur. That's how I describe it. To me, we all have free will. So it's a very much, again, take what you will, leave what you don't. I don't think we should ever try and mold our lives around reading, because I know I sort of went through that phase when I first began getting involved in angel cards. I didn't really get involved in tarot right away, but when I first started doing readings, it was with angel cards or oracle cards. And at first it's like, okay. Now I'm like, oh, just take what you will, leave what you don't. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I am not into doing that at all. Very ethical here. Okay, so, all right, is everyone ready to get on with the readings? Having said all those housekeeping, just want to get all those things out of the way and mentioned. Okay, so let me get myself sorted out here. So we're going to be doing, 3 5-minute tea leaf readings. Let me get myself sort of set up over here. I have everything over here. I'm trying to keep the laptop away from, liquid tea and hot water. Okay, so just looking back at the chat. Nicole, I think, were you the one who said, I think I went over it. Excuse me. Okay, so Nicole, you had mentioned so far BB and Renee for readings. That sounds good to me. Okay. All right, so let's get on with this right away. Let's go ahead and start your readings. So Renee, let's start with you first. BB. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're here. I hope that you enjoy this tea leaf reading. Okay. Let me go back in the chat. Okay, so Nicole, you had said BB first. You said BB and Renee. So I'm just trying to keep it clear in my mind here. So let's start with BB. And then Renee, let's go ahead and read your leaves after. I just need to sort of create my own little schedule on my end. And in case if BB or Renee, if you are interested in having if you're interested in me having if you're interested in me emailing you pictures of your tea leaves, I am most happy to do so. I like to do that anyway for clients. So if you were interested in me sending you pictures of your tea leaves, please let me know, and I'm happy to email them to you. So I'm actually just going to pop here in the chat quickly, and I'm just going to type my email address and pin that up to the top. So if you would like me to send you pictures of your individual tea leaf readings, of your tea leaves, just go ahead and send me a quick email to my email address here that I'm posting here, and I will reply to you with pictures of your tea leaves. Show that here. Okay, I've posted that here. I'm going to pin that. Yeah, so mods, just as a quick reminder here, I have posted my email address up at the top. So if anyone is interested in having, Renee, thank you so much. Cool, great, awesome. So there's my email address. So if you're having a tea leaf reading tonight and would like pictures of your tea leaves, please send me a quick email to that email address, and I will reply to you, and I will send you pictures of your tea leaves. Okay. So I'm just writing a very highly sophisticated system of pen and paper here. Pieces of paper. Who's a tea leaf? Tea leaves are for whom? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start off with BB. Okay. Now, does anyone have any questions about the process of tea leaf reading, or is everyone good to go? I typically don't walk everyone through the process of, now I do this, 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 and this, and this. In the past, whenever I've done that, I just get glazed over looks after the first 10, 30 seconds. So I just sort of walk us through the process of tea leaf reading, getting the cup ready as we go. But is everyone ready? Is everyone good? Any questions before we start? But please don't tell me your question. Please do not tell me your question. If you have a certain question in mind, or whatever your question is tonight, if you're having a tea leaf reading, please do not tell me what your question is. Please don't say it in the chat. First of all, it helps to maintain your confidentiality, and also just as importantly, it keeps me as objective as possible. I don't like to know or want to know your question. I'm not trying to be rude by any means. It keeps me as objective as possible. If I don't know, then I don't know. I'm literally just relaying what I'm seeing. Okay, here we go. So, BB, here we go. I'm going to read for you right now. I'm just getting a cup ready right now. So I just put some liquid tea, or liquid water, hot water actually, in. It would be liquid hot water, isn't it? Put some hot water in with your leaves. I'm just going to swirl them around right now. Bree's pretty quiet, so she shouldn't be moving around too much at my feet right now. Okay. Put the hot water in. I've swirled. And in the past, whenever I would do tea leaf readings for clients, I always thought they would have to be present. They would have to have some at least a sip or two of the tea. People change, things change, and I've learned differently. I practiced a few times with a few friends before I even began doing distant tea leaf readings like this. I always thought they had to be present in the same room. Of course, not, in my opinion and experience, because it's all from the creator. So it's whatever works, but it's all from the boss. And I've always had success doing it this way virtually as well. to me, it's no different than having a tarot card, as you mentioned, Renee, or having like an oracle card reading. It's just like, for example, like rather than laying the tarot cards down in front of you as you if you were doing a reading, you are putting them in the cup. So it's the same kind of concept. Okay. So as we go ahead with your readings, and as I am doing the actual readings, I am going to be turning the laptop away from me. So the reason we do this is that my beautiful mods will take care of the chat in case there's any like bots or anything, which has happened most recently actually. So just they sort of make sure everything is okay, and it allows me to focus on your tea leaf reading and not be distracted by making sure the chat's okay, any bots or spam comments or anything like that. Just keeps me clear and free to do the tea leaf readings as well as possible and give you the best experience as possible. Okay. So I have your tea leaves ready, BB. I'm just pushing. Sorry for the sound effects here in the background. I am just pushing the leaves back into the base. I've swirled the cup. Just pushing that in the base right now. Okay, here we are. Just checking the consistency. Just strain a little bit more out. And I don't use pre-printed mugs, just in case you're wondering, or pre-printed cups. I'm very much of the opinion of use the materials that you have with you at the time. I have nothing against those pre-printed cups. I've never used them myself, but I just don't use them. I never have. Just use regular mugs or cups. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Shaylee, you're back. Hey, how are you? Thanks so much for being here. I am very well, thank you. I hope that you're keeping really well too. Okay, everyone, I am not to be rude, but I'm going to turn the laptop around. So mods, my beautiful mods, you are up. I'm not going to be looking at the chat at all for the next few minutes. Oh, thanks so much, Shaylee. Shaylee, you're the last comment that I'm reading for the next few minutes. Okay, here we go. BB, this is your reading. I'm going to turn up my ring light here. Whoops. Change the coloring there. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Just checking here on my phone. Thank you again so much for being here. Okay, let me get your cup ready. I have it here. 1, 2, 3. Flipping the cup over. And I do find this is how it is with tea leaf reading. It's the nature of the way it is. Takes quite a bit more time to prepare. I think every divination tool has its own preparation, obviously, as it does. The tea leaf reading, to boil the water, get the cup, to prepare the cup, and that's what takes extra time. So like a 5-minute reading is more like a 10-minute reading, or a 20-minute reading is more like a 25-minute reading. It always takes a bit longer than I think. Okay. Even though I've been doing this for like almost 13 and a half years, I'm always surprised. It always takes me a little bit longer than I anticipate. What I'm doing is just dabbing any excess liquid, so it won't change any images in the base. If it does, it's fine, but I just try to prevent that if possible. Okay, we have a lovely group in here tonight. Thank you again for being here. And I do hope that you received notifications of this video being live, of this live. I have heard from a few people that they were just not being informed. I'm trying to be careful of the words I'm using here. They're not being informed of my videos being live and things of that nature. So just thank you so much for being here. Okay. Just move this over here. Okay, BB, here we go. Here's your reading. And you're welcome to put anything in the chat that you'd like. Welcome to not say anything. It's completely your choice. I go quiet sometimes, and that's when I'm focusing here and looking. So we have over here, it's 1. Oh wow, 2. Sorry, BB, 1 second. 1. Would you say, and again, please feel free to not say anything if you don't want to, your choice completely. However, I would say that based on what I'm seeing right now, there are 2 main events or situations taking place right now where in regards to your question or otherwise, and if things are calm and clear and quiet for the most part, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more. And yes, these are 2 main events or situations. There's also, I would say, based on what I'm seeing, there's one other very much smaller event or situation also taking place, but nowhere near as significant as those other 2 main events that I see in here, and that is occurring right now. And just as a quick reminder, if you're not currently aware, now, on the way, and later. That's how I read tea leaves. That's how I've always done it. Now, on the way, and later, chronologically. So that's taking place right now. It does look like it actually is changing right now. It looks like it's just ready to change, where there's a seemingly very small event that's going to be changing those 2 main events or situations into 3. One of them into 2 specifically. That's why I was like, looks like it's already happening kind of right now, basically. Very, very soon. You have a typical layout that I see where you have one main event or situation that's being shown. That's the core, the hub of your tea leaves, of your tea leaf reading. You have several other smaller events or situations also taking place very much in the short term that are separate in and of themselves. One of them specifically does relate, or pending things go the way they are right now, does continue on further down in the cup to a series of seemingly individual and yet I would say related events or situations in the shorter term. It's hard to say with timing, but also you do have the ability to pace yourself a little bit in the short next little while. Looks like it's going to be very incredibly busy or quite busy for you coming up, but you do have time in the short term to pace yourself. And what I typically say when I see this sort of layout is maybe be as productive as you can, get things done that you need to get done now so you don't have to do them later. You also have a small opportunity. It's a fairly significant opportunity in and of itself, and that is appearing very much in the short term. It's related to something that is occurring extremely soon. And it involves, I would say, possibly a helpful individual, but likely receiving something into the home and or family, and there's likely some reassurance that is regarding that. Yeah, there's reassurance regarding that, but it's like you're receiving something, and that's part of a new opportunity that's being contemplated. In the main event or situation, there's a lot of thinking and talking, a lot of things up in the air. I would say like you have like a combination of that and also knowing where you stand. However, whatever is approaching certainly is a lot of abundance and prosperity. You have a beautiful symbol here for abundance and prosperity. So looks like it's going to be going very, very well for you. Looks like it's going to be good. Fast-paced movement, positive messages, news, and or information. You also have a letter D that's involved as well. Person, place, or thing with a letter D that's also representing a conclusion. So it's sort of like a situation where you know where you stand and yet you don't at the same time, and you do have abundance and prosperity throughout here with a lot of new beginnings as well. So that's essentially the gist of what I'm seeing in here. And again, in the shorter term, you do have a lot of smaller individual events or situations that seem like they're individual, but they're actually part of a larger event that is comprised essentially a lot of seemingly smaller unrelated events, but also a lot of talking to, a lot of thinking and discussions, things up in the air. This all leads into the base. However, the main event or situation more or less concludes for the most part. However, essentially in two parts of it, the ones that are more up in the air, that leads into the base. And there's a little bit of quiet time, but there's a lot of unknowns, which I'm always happy to see. I'm always excited by that. So big surprises on the way that involve working with a lot of people. So that is your tea leaf reading. Very quick tea leaf reading, BB, but hopefully that was help to you. Just gonna move your cup over here. Keep it separate so I know who belongs to who. So we'll come back and check on the chat quickly. Linda, oh, thank you so much for bringing it into your calendar. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Ah, my mods, I love you so much. Shaylee, for sure, we can do you. I just have to write you down on my little piece of paper here, but for sure, we can totally do that. Dragonfly, no worries. I love you so much for being here. BB, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading and that everything goes well with your new business. It looks like whatever is on the way is a lot, and it's very exciting too. So it looks, whatever's coming up looks very promising. There's a lot of unknowns, but it looks good. It looks good. Oh, yay, Shirley. Cool. Awesome. Yay. Good to have a reading. Okay, Renee, you're up next. Just going to get your tea leaves ready here. I already said all my prayers ahead of time, as I always do. In case you're wondering, I have my kettle over here. I'm sort of set up here on the side. I'll set up here. Okay, B. Okay, I'm just going to get your cup ready now. Oh, breathing and treatments. Dragonfly, that sounds just blissful. I think we should all have breathing treatments. I think we'd all feel so much better. Just, I don't know about you watching, but such strange energy lately. A lot of things up in the air. Well, we know that, but a lot of things up in the air. Okay, so this reading is for Renee. Yep, so Renee, your cup is up next. Please just don't say what your question is in the chat. Just keeps me objective as possible and keeps your confidentiality intact. Okay, here we go. Oh, here it is. Shaylee, yeah. Like today, like I don't know about all of you watching. I don't know. Have any of you? This is random as I'm just getting your cup ready right now, Renee. But have any of you heard of the Mandela effect? Timeline shifting. There's been some things happening lately for me. I'm like, oh my goodness, I think something is going on. Well, we know things are going on, but yeah, just intriguing. Seemingly small things, but yeah. Shifting timelines and converging timelines and shifting energy and all that. Yeah, Shaylee, thank you for confirming that. Me too. I'm like, why is that thing beeping? It never used to. It's very strange things. Okay, so this reading is for Renee. Okay, I'm just checking the consistency of your tea leaves, Renee. Like, it's a trip. It is a trip. It is a major trip. You're 100% right, Nicole. It is one major trip. Put a little bit too much water, Renee. I'm just going to put a little bit more back in. Sorry about that. Just going to strain out a little bit more water. Okay. Ah, Renee. Well, I thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoy your tea leaf reading. I'm just getting the leaves ready right now. So I go off my own little world sometimes when I'm doing it, getting the cup ready like that. Yes. Dragonfly. Yep. Mhm. I noticed something the other day, and I'm like, that's weird. That never. No. Yeah. There's definitely things are afoot for the better, in my opinion. But this is why I'm doing these tea leaf readings. I don't do readings on any current situations, any current events. I never have. I just don't feel really compelled to, as much as I am, totally for that. And for those people who do readings on those on current events ethically, then I think that's amazing. I just don't feel guided to do it. To me, I'm staying in my own lane, and I just feel like let's just get on with our lives, live our lives as best as we can. Let's work on ourselves. What do we need to do? Let's work on ourselves, improve ourselves. That's why I do these tea leaf readings for the week ahead, general tea leaf reading, and individual readings. So if in case you've never had a tea leaf reading before, or if you just want a quick check-in and you're available, then this is why I'm doing this, is to help us individually. Hopefully, it is of help. It is of help. It's self-awareness, in my opinion. Okay, move plate over there. Moves over there. Okay. All right, Renee, you ready? So excited. I'm excited too. And if you are interested, Renee, please do email me if you would like to have me send you over your pictures of your tea leaves. I will do my very best to get them to them tonight. If I can't, I'll just do them as soon as I can. But I always try my best to get them out to you night of. But I will email you as soon as I can. Sometimes things come up and I just can't email them right away, but I do try. But I will email them to you for sure. Just straining a little bit more of the liquid out. And I have changed. I have done that too. I have turned the laptop around, so I'm not seeing any of the chat right now. Okay, let's go with your readings. My beautiful mods, thank you so much for being here and for minding the chat so I don't have to during the reading. Okay. Whoops, I think I just pushed a button that I shouldn't have. Okay, perfect. Okay, Renee, here's your reading. Again, now, on the way, and later, chronologically. This is just how I do them. Talk to 10 different people, and they may tell you 10 different ways that they read tea leaves, but I just do it chronologically. I always have. I think they're all valid. It's just different. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, one. Essentially, four main events or situations occurring right now for you that I see, as well as a couple other smaller events or situations. So, in terms of importance, you have like 4 gold and a few bronze, maybe 1 silver and a few bronze. But that's what I'm seeing. Like, there's 4 main events or situations taking place right now, and in those events, it's always like you're happy with the way that things are going. They're calm and clear and quiet, and you're happy with that, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more. So, entertainment purposes only, of course. You do have that typical layout that I do often see, where you do have that one main event or situation taking place. It's fairly significant. It is comprising about a quarter of the cup, so it is significant. The main event is sort of also comprised of a lot of. There's always themes whenever there's a group reading or multiple readings taking place at one time. There's almost always a theme. Things up in the air, conversations, ideas being contemplated. Knowing where you stand and yet you don't at the same time. So like surprises, clarity and yet not clarity. Knowing that you're going to college, for example, on a set date, but you don't know all of the details that surround it. That kind of situation. That continues on throughout the whole main eventer this whole main eventer situation. However, it's like there's three different sections pretty much to it. One where yes, you know where you stand, you don't at the same time. A section where there's a lot of thinking and talking and things are really up in the air. And also a section that is sort of like a mix of the two. And that's approaching very soon. It does look positive though. It looks like it's going to be starts off with a seemingly small and rather smaller and insignificant event. I mean, that does lead to this main event. It just doesn't look like it's significant, but it is. Because it leads to everything else. But it does look good. I mean, it does look positive. I would also say in the shorter term that there's this potentially this open communication between two individuals. And it's positive. It's a good thing. And it may also potentially involve a new idea, a new concept that's being contemplated. Conversations around it. Positive movement forward with that, though. Yeah, and it's about some kind of new beginning that also may involve a person, place, or thing with a letter C that's involved. And it's like this newborn. It may actually involve physical children, like actual children, and or if it's not children or actual children, then it's like meditation, going within, calmness, quiet. If not that, then some kind of like new beginning. There's like this newness that's involved, like a new beginning of some form, a starting of something new. Like if it's not an actual physical child, then it's like something that's new, that's beginning. Swiftness of movement, forward movement, forward movement. Again, like with BB, in the short term, you do have some quiet time, a little bit more quiet time than BB, but you do have some quiet time approaching. So again, I would say use that quiet time that you have to get anything that you need to get anything done that you need to get done, so you can move ahead unencumbered. In my opinion, but you also have some smaller events or situations, many of them actually, several of them. I would probably guess around 10 or 12 of them that are happening all at once, insignificant in and of themselves. However, they do lead to an event or situation that does occur in the next little while, and I can't be more specific with time frames right now other than that, but it is approaching. But they all lead to it. It just may not be obvious that it does, or they do, I suppose I should say. But you also have a smaller vendor situation occurring in the short term as well. If it is sort of like a scenario where you go, oh, it's not going exactly how I planned, it's just a matter of perception and perspective, I would say, and glass half full versus glass half empty, but it does involve a lot of helpful people. I'm just saying that in case it makes sense to you, and it may possibly involve a house or property in some way, shape, or form. But there's stability there, and it's good. Just keep going. There's so much in here. Okay, this whole main event does lead in, if there's a lot of forward movement, a lot of that, and also a lot of love too. It does lead into the base, excuse me, it does lead into the base, working with other people, and a lot of unknowns though too. You do have a lot of surprises on the way for sure. Things that we're just not supposed to know about right now. There's a lot of nurturing and unconditional love and support, loyalty, and commitment. So I hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading. That looks like it's going to be pretty wild, but so exciting. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so exciting. Tea leaf reading is so unique. No two cups are ever the same, but that's going to be pretty crazy. I want to know what's going on. You don't have to tell me what happens, but I'm always curious. Looks like it's going to be insane, but a good insane. So Renee, I hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading. Thank you, Nicole, for deleting that message. Okay, now is Shaylee up next? I think we said Shaylee. My beautiful mods, thank you so much for being here. Okay, Shaylee, you're up next. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. You couldn't make it up. You could not. Like, this is like the tea leaf reading. It's just so interesting to me because no two cups are ever the same, and you never know really what's going to be in the leaves. I never know. And this is just a taste test. Like, it's hard for me. Hopefully, you can see that I like my spelling. Hopefully everyone watching can tell that it takes me a lot of restraint to not go into more details because I want to go into details. But I hope that was of some help. So that's amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you found it to be correct. That's amazing. Okay, so Shaylee, you are up next. Are you ready? Just gonna get your cup ready now. Put some hot water into your mug with the leaves into your cup. Let's get that here. And as always, just as I get the cup ready, I'm going to be turning the laptop away so I won't see the chat. And yes, I have taken the messages off my chat, off my phone, so I don't see them going up and down. I wouldn't be able to see them pretty much anyway. They're quite tiny on my phone, but just gonna get this cup ready. Okay, let's get your cup ready. Just checking the consistency of your cup right now. Oh, yay. Oh, a flamingo and a sunflower. That's cool, Sherry. Thank you. Okay, that consistency is actually quite good. Just going to push the leaves down back into the base. Sorry for any sound effects here in the background as I do that. Yes, I know there's just so much happening, and I don't know what's been going on with time shifting and stuff, timelines changing, but good energy, just different energy. And this is my little way to hopefully help some people in the midst of all of these changes to continue to help our lives in positive ways. Just trying to help. Okay, good. Oh, take a little bit more out. Okay. Now, for those of you watching, since we're all here hanging out, do you have any, and I keep asking this, I know, but do you have any suggestions, or if you're watching this on the live stream as a replay, do you have any suggestions what we could do for Halloween? In the Celtic calendar, it's called Samhain, spelled Samhain. It's pronounced Samhain. It literally means summer's end. I'm always curious what we could do to celebrate Samhain. And I would love to do something extra fun and extra special. I just do tea leaf readings. That's mainly what I do here on YouTube, but I also do psychic medium readings as well, and Reiki. But I'm just curious if any of you have any ideas that we could do to celebrate Samhain, Halloween. I would love to hear your ideas and your thoughts and suggestions. Linda, in a previous live, suggested decorating. Linda, this is as far as I've gotten with putting witch's brew up here. I should probably put a bit more effort in, but this is as far as I've gotten. But I would love to hear any suggestions that we could do to celebrate Samhain for fun. Whether it's like a special live stream, I'm open, totally open to ideas. Thank you very much, Dragonfly, for that. Posting that comment. Yes, we are just rounding out the last reading for the evening. Okay, Shaylee, so I'm just getting your leaves ready right now. Okay, everyone, I'm turning the laptop away, so I won't be seeing the chat for the next 5 or so minutes. Put that over here. Okay, Shaylee, here we go. Keep accidentally trying to push buttons here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I don't want to do an action. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Shaylee, looks like you're pretty busy. Looks like you're very busy right now. Several smaller events or situations taking place right now, and also in the very short term as well. In addition to those, okay, now on the way later in terms of chronology and entertainment purposes only, but in addition to those several smaller events or situations happening like right now, essentially, looks like there's also two main events or situations also taking place right now, where again things are going. Things are either calm and clear and quiet, and/or and you're happy with that, and/or you want things to get moving a little bit more. But in addition to that, yes, several other smaller events or situations, like many of them, taking place right now. It looks like you're very busy, essentially. This is another theme. So you have this one main event or situation, and in all three cups, it looks like they are all quite significant. Yeah. Yours comprises, it's intriguing. It's almost about it's about a quarter size of the cup. So it is significant in and of itself. It's just that it has a few different parts to it. Well, I'll get to that as much detail as I possibly can. So I'm just going to strain a little bit of liquid tea off the side here. Just a moment, sorry. You do have several smaller events or situations approaching. For the most part, that is a little bit later on. However, in the shorter term, you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, smaller events or situations taking place very soon. I would say 5, almost 6 of them are taking place like almost right now, happening very soon. They are seemingly unrelated and insignificant, for the most part, in and of themselves. However, they do sort of converge with events or situations taking place later on, which also is comprised of smaller individual events or situations taking place that are fairly short term, but they do all lead to this one main event later on. Your main event or situation. Okay. Making me work, but that's okay. No, it's comprised of this thought, a significant concept, idea that's being contemplated. It may or may not have the letter V involved. Letter V, I'm saying that in case it makes sense to you. It may involve in some way, shape, or form of goodness, like you're receiving goodness very much in the short term, as well as a Cancerian connection. And it's a very positive situation and may also likely involve something to do with the house and or home and or family. If this is not related to children, then if it's not like an actual pregnancy or children, actual physical children, then it's the concept of like pregnancy. So a new beginning, a new concept, something new is being created. Very much actually like Renee, and this is what I mean. Whenever there's a group reading in some level, commonly there's a theme. Overall, the main event or situation is comprised of a lot of unknowns, so like a lot of surprises. You're going to discover most of depending on things go the way they are, discover what those are later on. But it's quite significant, and it's good. It's there's a lot, but it's very good. You do have a part of this main event is comprised of a lot of thinking and talking, things up in the air, thoughts, words, ideas, discussions, conversations, things like that, and that does pervade or does continue on, pardon me, throughout most of this tea leaf reading. However, it's like that's part of it, but then the other 60% are these thoughts and ideas, but it's also surprises, things that we're not supposed to know about right now. But a lot of action, momentum, things taking place rather quickly. Unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, those qualities. I would also say that if you have the ability to pace yourself. It looks like you do have the time right now rather, to pace yourself as much as you possibly can in the short term. To do so, to get anything that you need to get done, fridges, closets being clear, that kind of thing, because anything to get sort out, because it looks like things are going to be quite busy for you later on. There's also another theme. And then heading into the base, most of the surprises do lead, like I said, just into the base. And there is like one main part of that, where there's like this main surprise that is in the base that is connected to those other surprises in the situation rather later on. For the most part, the main event does conclude. However, parts of it do lead into the base, which is the more distant future. But almost like being together, pack, communication, things along those lines. Yeah, there also may be a Leo connection too. So that would be a person, place, or thing. Sorry, that was someone next door. So I hope that reading was helpful for you. Also, some independent thought on your behalf as well, like independent thought, thinking differently. But it's going to be interesting. I'm always interested, and I'm not just saying that. I literally mean it every single time, because it's going to be quite some. All of your cups are so interesting. I want to know what happens. So, Shaylee, I hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading and that you found it to be helpful. And I am back on the chat, just catching up. So I just got stuck there for a minute, a few seconds there. Okay, I'm all caught up with the chat. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. Thank you to my beautiful mods. Shaylee, well, hopefully that tea leaf, I know. Thank you, Nicole. Hopefully that tea leaf reading was of some help to you, Shaylee. It looks like things are totally on the up and up. It looks like things are going to be, good. It's going to be busy. Busy. So if you felt like things are sort of like stagnating at all in any way, or if you want things to get moving a little bit more, all I can say is based on what I am seeing, it looks like it's going to be quite an interactive upcoming time for you. It looks, just keep going. In my opinion, you're doing amazingly well, and keep going, because there's a lot in here, and it looks extremely exciting. As all tea leaf readings always look exciting, yours is no exception. Wait till I send you the pictures. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, now I see what you mean. So just hang in there. Oh, you're doing amazing. Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here. We've made it just in an hour, and we got through all of the 3 readings. Thank you so much again for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here, whether this is morning, evening, noon, night, afternoon. Thank you again for being here. I thoroughly enjoyed a conversation as always. Just to wrap up, how's everyone doing? You made it all through the reading? Would you like to try and do this again next Thursday? And if you weren't able to have a reading tonight, we can totally do it again next Thursday. We're just trying out a different schedule. And currently this is the schedule that we're trying out right now, where Monday evenings are a general tea leaf reading for the week, and Thursday evenings are live audience readings. Renee, yes, awesome. Thank you so much, Renee. Always happy to see people here in the chat, and when we see new people in the chat, it's really cool. It means that this message is getting out there, and hopefully I'm offering of some help to some people in some way, shape, or form. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Dragonfly, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you so much, Shaylee and Renee, and everyone here who's taking the time out of their busy evenings and days to be here in the chat and to say hi and to watch this live. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let's close it out for the evening. I love all of you, each and every one of you. If you have any ideas or suggestions about what we could do to celebrate Halloween or Samhain, because I love the Celtic calendar. I'm all Celtic. So if there's any ideas that you have about how we can celebrate, whether it's a special live stream, I could do a special pre-recorded reading. We could do a premiere. I like live streams, clearly. But if you have any questions or any ideas that we could do to celebrate Halloween or Samhain, please do let me know. I'd love to hear your suggestions. I love each and every single one of you. I'll be posting this as soon as possible. And if you didn't catch Monday's live, the replay is up there. And I did post the pictures of that tea leaf reading on my community tab. So please feel free to go over and check it out. And you can scroll down and you can see the tea leaf readings there. Thank you so much, Holistic. Thank you so much, Veronica. And this is why, and Renee, this is why we're doing the lives. This way we can interact with each other and to remind each other, in my opinion anyway, that we're all here for each other and are of a support system with each other. So I love each and every one of you. Can't wait to hear your ideas about how we can celebrate Halloween or Samhain. Maybe give it a few days. Think about. Please let me know. I'm desperate for ideas. I love you, and let's catch you again soon. Monday evening, 8 p.m. We'll be doing another general weekly tea leaf reading Eastern time, and we will see you soon. Good night, and I love you. Take care.